What is up, everybody? This is Marshall Lee of Donkey Jaw Projects, and I have a crazy delay, but this is the Early Bird Artcast episode 23, and yeah. All right. Sorry, this delay is silliness. I'm gonna have to change headphones because I can't deal with this. What's up, Fway? Man, you should get on here. I know you have technical difficulties, plus it just might not be a good time, but all right. How's that? Is that better? Now you're gonna hear me different. It's not gonna sound as good. But I won't hear this crazy delay that's freaking me out, man. Alright, so today we got the analog kinda or the traditional going on. And I'm doing this a little bit earlier today because I woke up early and I woke up with a headache and also kind of a bad dream. And I went in the kitchen to try to, I wanted to take something for my headache, but my stomach was empty. So I was like, well, let me eat some English muffins. Did that, had some water, and I don't really have a headache. I feel like it's looming and it could come back at any moment, but I don't know. So I didn't take anything. But it got me up early, and by the time I was ready to try to maybe sleep for a little longer, it was just too late. So, I figured I'd start the stream a little earlier, and I would love to be working digitally right now because when I have the chance to be at my computer, I want to work digitally. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I just have other stuff I need to take care of. I need to draw this commission that someone's been waiting on from me for far too long. Um, I'm trying to find out where Google Hangout. Oh, there it is. Okay. So are you guys hearing me? I hope you're hearing me. Hello, hello. Yes, it looks like you're hearing me. Okay, cool. Um, so, so I gotta draw a Tusk, my comic book character in the Glyph comic book, and I, I'll be honest, I've been having a really hard time trying to draw him. Well, first of all, let's show you some cool stuff. Let's see. Let me switch to. All right. I think you guys are seeing this screen now. Do you guys see Blue Bolt? I finished this up last night. I've been kind of playing around with it as I just throughout the night when I have little bits of time here and there. I've been playing with it, and I finally finished it. It's funny because I was just drawing these little stars and planets and stuff as placeholders just to kind of see what it looked like. And I was just going to erase them and draw real ones. And I actually liked how it looked. It looks like a little kid kind of just doodling on a page or something. And for some reason, I was just like, you know what? I might just keep that. I know it's like so primitive and like childlike, but I don't know. I think there's something fun about it. Um, and I don't know. I just liked how it looked. And I was also going to draw some stuff on the landscape here with this kind of planet he's jumping off of or whatever. But with the texture, I don't feel like I need it. I feel like it's already, all of this is all busy enough, and hopefully the character still pops out. The stars and stuff are flat, just one kind of color with some texture. And I don't know, it's kind of like a happy accident. I was just playing around and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with that. There's something fun about it. It looks like an old comic that a kid like got some kind of marker and drew on, I don't know. So, yeah. So there's that. Let's see. Where is that window? Okay, so my character that I'm trying to draw today is Tusk, which is right here. And I have to be honest, I've tried to draw him a few times. In fact, I have one of the ones I tried to draw here. It's all crumpled up. And I'm having a hard time drawing my own character. He used to just be like an elephant, but I kind of redesigned him there to at least have hands and I don't know. But yeah, so this is one attempt and I hate it. I think it looks ugly and I mean, it looks okay, I suppose, but meh, not a fan. So, like, it'd be okay for one panel in a comic book, I suppose, but I want him to look awesome. So I'm like, how the heck do I draw my own character? I don't think I know how to draw big, bulky guys in a small section or something. I don't know what it is, but so I was like, well, who draws? What could I reference? And I'm like, oh, well, obviously Incredible Hulk. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's go with some old school Herb Trimpe Hulk. So I found this pose, and I don't know. I'm gonna try to play with a variation of this pose and see what happens. Although this one right here looks kind of cool. Oh, that's the same pose. That actually might be cool though to crop it like that. The only thing is I wanted to work in, I mean, I could work in this orientation, I suppose. But for some reason, I feel like I want to work in this orientation. Let's see what else they got here. Some of these other ones aren't as good for like a straight on pose. This one's kind of cool. So here's a typical one. It's kind of cool. I actually kind of like that one. Herb Trimpe, like I didn't, I just heard a lot of people talking about him, and I didn't know who he was or anything. And eventually, I finally looked it up. Oh, here we go. That's cool too. Kind of like this one. Let's try this one. But apparently, a lot of people like him. He's in some ways he's not like the most amazing artist, but there's some kind of, he's got like a charm and he's got like that Hulk look to it. I don't know, like he does it well, like in a kind of fun, old school 80s comics way. Coming in loud and clear. What's up? Dave Hingley's in here. James is in here. Fway's in here. Let's see. Feel free to ask questions and have suggest topics and stuff because all I'm going to do here is draw. I don't have like anything planned. Let's see. Robert Johnston's in here. What's up, man? Yannemal's in here. What's up? Jan, I thought you were going to come on. You should come in here and help me talk about something. All right. So I'm going to copy the great Herb Trimpe here. Hope you guys don't mind me blatantly stealing right in front of you. And if you do, well, I'm sorry because it's about to happen. It's about to go down. This is how people make comics, man. Actually, I say that he's not an amazing artist necessarily, like not the most amazing artist, because there are some like really wonky poses and stuff he's done. But this is a pretty damn good drawing right here. The one I'm copying, like he's twisting the body and got a great pose here. Actually, I'm actually really digging this. Any of you guys Hulk fans? Of course, mainly I'm just trying to kind of copy the shapes, and then I'll, break free from the reference. I've gotten more and more comfortable with copying lately, it seems, which is weird because I was totally against it for most of my life. And it depends, of course, on how you do it. You can really, I don't know. There's that guy, actually, Fue brought him up to me, that one guy who's like known for like literally tracing like reference and stuff, and I don't know, like that. I mean, again, I don't judge anybody. I always say that, but it's true. I don't judge anybody, and there is like an art to, like, in some ways, art is just organizing things together in an artful way. So there is an art even to straight up copying. But there's certain lengths to which I would not like to go. And then one of those lengths is straight up tracing to create my comic. Even this I'm a little leery about, but not so much, especially since it's a commission and it's like, they just want some cool art, right? I don't know. Of course, this person is an artist, so it might be a little bit different. One thing I'm realizing is I suck at hands, which is, probably the most typical artist issue, or new artist issue, I guess. And I think it haunts people from, I don't know, people get really good at it, I guess, but, I think every artist sometimes runs into this point where they're like, I can't draw this hand to save my life. Even if you're super experienced, eventually you're still gonna, especially if you're drawing comics, you're drawing so many hands, you're gonna actually still continue to run into that issue. Actually, I have to say he's got a good grasp on anatomy. Like, these muscles, I would not know where to place, and I would not have chosen to place them the way he placed them. But he did a good job, and I'm screwing it up, to be honest. Do 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 do. This is the second very anatomy-based drawing I've done in in a row, which is weird because I don't, I don't know. I typically these days, it's weird because I grew up, on superhero stuff, so all I ever drew was like muscly men. And, come to find out, I start making my own comics, and all I'm drawing is like vegetables riding skateboards and other things that aren't muscly men. I really want to get better at drawing women, which is a good thing She Summer's coming back up. I just like, I've been doing that challenge for 3 years in a row now, and well, this is will be my third, but I've spent a lot of time drawing women even when I'm not doing that. Um, so I still feel like I suck at it. I was looking at some artists though. I should go into my saved thing and show you some of the stuff in my Instagram that I've been checking out. Let's see. Yannemal's in the Philippines. Cool. Oh, happy birthday, Robert. That's awesome. Hope you have an awesome birthday today. Barcelona holiday. You should go visit Los Pertasio. No, you should go visit um, Chris Isaacson, who was on yesterday. He lives in the Philippines. Really like Hulk and Ragnarok. Yeah, he was like funny in that. That was like a comedy movie. James says he likes drawing Hulk. Cool, man. I'd love to see your drawings. Put them in the group or the Facebook message group or the Donkey Draw Projects group. I haven't really mentioned that. 1 second. Let me just finish looking through these chats. Greg Pack. I don't know who that is. We're talking about other stuff. He's a few hours from the capital. Oh, cool. All right. So, what was I talking about? My oh crap. Now I'm forgetting what I was talking about. All right. A genuine art stream. The amount of trash under art on YouTube streaming is a bit on the absurd side. Well, welcome, man, or woman. Yeah, this is what we do here every morning. Well, not every morning, but I try to do it as many mornings as I can. Do the early bird art stream, and did one yesterday. The last one I did before that was what, Saturday or I think it was Sunday. And yeah, and sometimes I have guests on, and if they can come on, and yeah, we have fun. We draw, make comics, do whatever. For about an hour usually. Usually not up quite this early, but somewhere around this time. And then I go to work. The only thing is in this drawing, it's covering the feet. We got the good old Illuminati feet going because they're behind everything. Know what I'm saying? All right. So there was something I was about to talk about, and I got distracted. What was it? It had to do with something that I haven't promoted yet. Hmm. Yeah, that I do that too. I like to draw while watching other people on their channels. Um, I wish I could remember what I was going to say before. But anyways, right now I'm copying a drawing, sort of. I'm copying a pose from Herb Trimpe, famed Incredible Hulk artist. And just because I need to figure out how the heck to draw my own character, because my own character is like a bulky type of dude. He's an elephant, really, so but he's like a human style elephant. I think I got at least the kind of the twist right. I changed this arm. Now let's add some Tusk. The character's name is Tusk, if anybody doesn't know, but it's really tough because you could draw a big bulky character. Cool, okay, I did that. But then what do you do with his ears? He's got huge ears, and then what do you do with his tusks? Like if he turns his head, like he's got these ridiculously sized tusks. So I don't know. It's so hard. Like you guys don't realize, like everybody loves Tusk, which is cool. Like I love that I created a character that people always like. If I ever draw him, people are like, "Yes, Tusk is awesome." Like I get more views on that than anything. And I don't think they realize how hard it is to draw. I'd love to have some people do some fan art of Tusk. I have actually in the past. Let's see. Let's look through the fan art archives real quick. That's what I was going to do. I knew I was going to show you guys something. All right. Go to my site. Let's see. Am I showing this? Where is the Hangouts? And I can look at it here. All right. Yeah, so I'm not even showing what I'm drawing. It's awesome. I wish no, you know what, actually. All right, sorry. Oh no, it looks like all right, we're going to Google. We're going to donkeydrawprojects.com. And then we're going to go to comics. I should have just put /comics. Click on comics. This is my website, if you didn't know. So you can get Corncob Rob. You can read Darby Cufflink, Attack of the Lizard Brain, Daisy Ted, and Glyph, the original comic I created Tuscan. And here at the bottom is a fan art section. And if you do some fan art, you will be added to the fan art section. Here's one by Peter Palmiotti, where he drew Tusk. Pretty cool. And he drew Daisy Ted. This first one was Ryan Wheaton. He's a really awesome artist as well. He's been doing tattoo art. Now I guess that's what he does for a living now. My buddy Rob Stenzinger from the Lean Into Art podcast with Jersey Droz. My buddy Mike Ballad. He drew my character. What is that guy's name? Crab something. He's like a crab character, but this is like a different funny version of him. This one's from Nathan Seabolt, another friend artist who's awesome. He draws a lot of scary stuff. Another one from Ryan Wheaton. This is the actual crab character. Can't remember what I called him. And then another drawing of Glyph by my buddy Mike Vallad. And I need more. Look, I only got 7 fan arts. Hit me up, man. Do some fan art. Do some Corncob Rob or some Tusk. I'd love to see your version of it. Here's Tusk in all his glory and his new design. That's what I'm trying to draw now. Alright, so let's switch back to the drawing table. Hopefully you guys see me drawing now. Alright. Another thing that's tough with Tusk is that he's got this big long nose, which is cool and all, but you spend time drawing this cool anatomy and then you cover it up with his nose. And not to mention, it's kind of difficult. So yeah, he's like the big bad guy in the Glyph comic. So far, we'll see. I have a friend who may or may not be hearing this, who may be helping me out with some writing. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. Glyph-tastic Voyage. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so for some reason it looks like his head is too high off of his neck here, which is annoying because I'm not, if I was digital, I would just be like, okay, select, boop, put it down. Maybe it's just the ears. Maybe if I lower the ears, it won't look so crazy. Maybe the crown's going a little too high because it is an upshot, so I need to have it hiding a little bit behind the forehead. King Tusk. Alright, I need to use shapes instead of just trying to draw stuff without actually figuring out the form. So once again, feel free to ask questions. I'll look at the chat in a sec. And or suggest topics, and I'll be happy to talk about whatever's. Went and voted the other day. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. So that was fun. Kind of, it's so weird. Like, I don't know if that I really, I don't know. It's just, does it really even matter? I live in a liberal state, so if I vote Republican, my vote doesn't count. If I vote liberal, well, that vote goes to, it's already going to go liberal anyways, so does that even matter? I mean, when it all comes down to it, yes, every vote counts, I suppose, but whatever. It just seems a little pointless sometimes when you think about it. Whatever, I'm not going to get political on this, don't worry. Alright, so starting to get a good look, I think. I think I like what I'm seeing. Maybe I don't like this tusk. That's the other thing, is this tusk looks like, it kind of has a tendency to look phallic. But I guess that's kind of part of the thing too, like the big bad guys, you know, I don't know. They're like F the world or something. I don't know if that makes any sense, but alright, so let's see. Redraw all this anatomy shapes because I kind of obscured it before. Put that little belt things. So he's all twisted, but I guess that makes sense, right? His belt maybe isn't going to be twisted. Alright, let's check out the chat real quick. There's something I was going to talk about, I don't remember. Ooh, a lot of stuff's going on. Dave says, I have a little question for you, Marsh. You haven't done an art catch up with Chris for a couple of weeks. Have you guys stopped doing them? No, we haven't stopped doing them, but yeah, we had different reasons for last week and then this week. Like I couldn't do it last week, Chris couldn't do it this week, so we'll try again next week. I know we should probably make an announcement, but we didn't. What do you focus on when you learn from a pro by copying? I tend to look for how they do line art, line weight, how much or how little, etc. Yannemal asked that. I think I focus more on shape than anything. Not line weight so much. I'm still trying to figure out how to draw anatomy, I guess. Like, like I'm looking for kind of comic book shortcuts. Um, a lot of times, and um, yeah, like tricks on how to draw things that I wouldn't typically know how to draw very well. I think it's more shape based. Line weight, yes, I do look at that because line weight can be confusing as well. But when I think of line weight, I mean, it's really shadow, like you're just trying to place the shadow and also have a sense of weight. And yeah, I don't know. Line weight's a tricky one though, because it's not all about shadow. It's weird. I'm sure I get it wrong a lot. Yeah, it's interesting that that's what you look at though. So it's kind of like technique to a certain extent. I look at how they draw perspective, like our characters in perspective. Like basically whatever I'm struggling with, I guess is what I look at. Um, yeah, which is almost everything is what I struggle with. So somebody's gonna look at this and be like, "That's a very Herb Trimpy looking um, tusk." That's pretty cool, man. You're doing something right if you're looking like Herb Trimpy. I'm like, well, there's a good reason for that. I'm totally swiping his gesture. I'm a fraud, if you didn't know already. Alright, let's see, what am I missing? Am I missing? Oh, yeah, I gotta remember. Tusk has 3 fingers. See, there you go. There's, if you wanted to figure out, prove that I'm a fraud, you could be like, look, he didn't even draw his own character right because he was copying from Herb Trimpe. There you go. There's your evidence. Put me in art jail. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Think of ears as a large head cape. That might help. That's a great idea. Thanks. James GSR said that. He's full of good, helpful things. He helped me put together the Shecember prompt list. So thanks again for that, man. Dave Hingley, how about thinking of the ears as hair, the bottom draping over the shoulders? Yeah, that's what I kind of did here, and then I drew the tusk, which hit it. So it doesn't even matter in this instance. But yes, that's a great idea. I made the ears smaller as well. Like I used to draw them way bigger, which helps, I think. But that's a great tip. I'm gonna have to do a Tuscan corn cob, Rob. I would love to see that, James. Please, please do. That would be cool to do some fan art for you, Marsh. Yeah, that would be cool, Robert Johnston. Thank you. That I would be very appreciative. Oh, that's what I was going to promote. If any of you don't know, I have created a Facebook group for Donkey Jaw Projects. Let me scroll over to that now. Should be showing it, but it doesn't look like it is. You guys seeing my, oh, you seeing my private Facebook's messaging? Probably shouldn't be showing that. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. Oh boy, here we go. Is this a group? See, I have the Facebook page and the Facebook group. So if you go to facebook.com/groups/donkeyjawprojects, you can see this group and you should join it because in there we can hang out, chat. You can see all my posts, but I would encourage you guys. I want to see you guys post your art in there as well. And let's get into some cool topics and stuff. You know, we can go back and forth. And if you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with, let me know. It's just a great place to have a community for the early bird Artcast and just anything related to Donkey Drop projects or just art in general, you know. And I don't think you guys are seeing my screen because my computer doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do. But either way, that's what you can do. You can go to the group if you like. And let's get back to the chat and into my drawing. All right. Oh, I see why I was going in the wrong application. That's all right. You don't need to see the group. You can see it when you go visit facebook.com/group/donkeyjawprojects. All right, so let's see. Let's get back to the chat here. Marshall Lee, who is the friend you speak of who is helping you with some writing on glyph? I don't know, sir. I seem to have forgotten his name. I suppose I could reveal it if I'm allowed, but I don't know if I'm allowed. Dave Hingley, you could also use Snout Spout, a Master of the Universe character. See how they deal with heads and tusked and how it. Oh, I didn't realize. I don't remember that character, and I'm going to have to check that out. In fact, I'm going to type that in right now. Let's go see. Snout Spout. Motu. Masters of the Universe. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this. They're only showing the toy, though. I don't know why you type it in and they only show the toy. Is he not in the cartoon very much? Oh, so he's like a mechanical elephant. So that kind of change, it's a little bit different, you know, but still, it's interesting. They made his ears really small, and I know why, because I'm used to drawing elephant men. You know, there's other elephant men, though. I think there's some characters in, there's that comic. Actually, I think the comic is called Elephant Men, right? Even though I think the main character isn't he like a hippopotamus or something? Elephant Men comic, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit. I have a couple of issues, I think, but I never read them because I'm a horrible person. All right, let's see. So thanks for that tip, Dave. That's a great idea. K2K Abunakata. Is that how I say it? If so, that's a fun thing to say. Not even gonna lie, you're probably the first person I've really seen this type of art from. It's nice to pop out of my usual art bubble once in a while. Dude, like what kind of art bubble are you in? I'm in all kinds of art bubbles, but my favorite, the one I spend most of my time in, is comics. Robert Johnston, I just caught Incredibles 2, and Marshall, I bet you could do a Slammin' Incredibles family. Aw, thanks, man. I liked the first movie. I never saw the second one yet. What kind of stuff do you draw, Kate? Yep, that's how I was asking the same thing. Fue, you beat me to it. Robert Johnston, who's your favorite comic artist? Ooh, that's a fun thing to talk about. Um, well, growing up, I used to always say that Whilce Portacio was my favorite comic artist. Things have changed though, but he was so much my favorite comic artist that my current little kitty that I have, his name is Whilce. Um, my other cat who passed away earlier this year, his name was Bruce because he looked like Batman. Even though it's funny, I'm not actually a huge Batman fan. I mean, I like him. I like him just as much as other comic characters, but yeah, he's not. I'm not like obsessed like other people. Most people are. I don't know why it's not a rebellious thing. I just whatever. I'm about ready to ink this bad boy, I think. So, who's my favorite comic artist now? It's so hard. There's so many good people, and I'll tell you, like I probably am more infatuated with a lot of my indie friends than actual comic artists because I just see their stuff more, I guess. It's so hard to say. Like, there's so many good comic artists. There's people. Actually, I was gonna maybe do that. Go through my list, my favorited stuff here on YouTube or on Instagram. Let's see. I saved stuff. Let me switch over to that. Doing a lot of switching over here. I saved some old comic covers earlier this morning. And I always like to, if I see, some stuff like I see pictures like I'd like. This is a fellow artist actually. She's actually lives in Connecticut. I've never met her, but I saw her in a podcast. But I kind of liked her overall look, and I always save things if I think I might draw them. I probably won't end up drawing her, but that's what I end up doing. So this artist, King of Master, I don't know what his actual name is, but he draws girls so good. Bob Q, and he's a comic artist. I don't know for what, but he says his favorite character to draw is Boom Boom, from X Men, X Force, X Factor. I don't know. I don't know where she originally was in, but his art is just ridiculously beautiful. I wish I could draw girls like him. I wish I could draw hands like him. I wish I could draw everything like him. Well, I shouldn't say that. My style, I like other things in some ways better. Like I like a more sketchy style, but man, look, there's Boom Boom. He's got like amazing gesture and lines. Oh man, it's so beautiful. He draws people in perspective awesome. I can't get enough. So this guy's up there right now for favorite artist. He's in there. I mean, Jack Kirby. I mean, that's kind of the boring answer because everybody loves Jack Kirby. Or, well, that's not true, but a lot of people love Jack Kirby. Um, but he's definitely right up there. I love Rob Liefeld, which is like, I know, blasphemy. See, look, I got all these skater chicks because I was trying to create a skater character that was a girl. Oh, look at this. I saved something from my buddy Mike Sykes. What's up, Mike? He's been on the show a couple times. Love his art. Oh yeah, you know who's one of my favorite artists? Well, actually, this is my buddy Sumax. Amen. I love his art. Love, love, love his art. He's easily one of my favorites. He might draw glyph one day. But he's not, a famous artist, but he's an artist I love. Um, Here's a line of drawings that are pretty awesome. He's just got this cool style. And for the longest time, he drew art like this with a mouse. I don't know if he ended up getting a tablet or not. I think he might. I think he got a screen tablet now, but for most of his career, he has drawn with a mouse when he draws digitally. Awesome, amazing dude. I have this sticker right here. I have, love it. This Black Wonder Woman character. So he's a really cool dude and a really cool artist, and he's a friend as well. So an art buddy, an online art buddy. Who else? Um, I guess this guy stood out to me. Who is it? Comic Shaver. I don't know who this is, but his stuff stood out to me. Let's see. But Corey Lewis is one of my favorite. Here's the first drawing I ever did of Corncob Rob. It looks a little different now. Let's see what else. Oh, here he is colored. I also have some pins sitting next to me with this image on it. Here's Corey Lewis. Love his stuff so much, so much. It's like probably my favorite artist these days. So expressive, so much energy, simple lines. I don't know. I love it. Oh man, this guy's like nasty too. Rars Dreamin'. I don't know what these people's names are. Um, yeah, I mean, I could go all day like looking through this stuff. This guy's pretty neat. That's actually for reference. I have an illustration I want to work on with the man. This guy's stuff's awesome. Uh, El Rebel. I have his comic. I read it recently, Gorillas. I should probably get back to drawing, huh? Um, all right, so this is a very distracted episode, but that's all right. I actually got some good drawing done, though. I like. Let's see if we can get some inking going on. Um, Click back on my drawing. You guys probably can't see this too well here. Um, Good old Google Hangouts is so blurry. I'll have to take a picture and post it. You know what? Oh, I can't take a picture because I'm using it to do video, so nobody's going to see the pencils. All right, where's the inks? See if I can get back to the chat in a little bit as well. Where's the chat? It's so hard to navigate through all these windows. All right, here we go. K2K Abunakara. Abunaka sounds like Hakuna Matata. Usually draw animals, be it realistic or my own cartoony style. Cool. That's awesome. I want to see it. I'm going to have to check out. I don't know if you have stuff on your YouTube channel. Do you have a link, man, of places we could see your art? But never as a buff or comic book looking like this. Gotcha. Art tab died, so I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff now, but in traditional. Cool. James says, I'm working on it now. Aw, yeah. Sweet. Doing some fan art. Love it. Robert says, sure sound. Oh, wait, let's see. Elephant Man, Private Eye. Robert Johnson. Wilspur Tassia, Wetworks. Yep, love his stuff. Filipino artist. Yep. Inking. It's going to be hella fun. The art looks really flexible and awesome. Yeah. Aaron Blaze is my fave. Oh, I know I've heard that name. I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I want to get closer, like, to actual 1,000. So please, everybody, feel free to share, like, subscribe. It'd be like, I don't know, it's kind of like the soft little goal that, it'd be kind of cool to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. Not that it matters that much, but, well, it matters a little. Once you get to 1,000, a few perks open up for you, so that's kind of cool. But um, you could do super chats, and I feel like there's other stuff too. I can't remember. You have a Twitter. What's your Twitter? Robert says, I'm about to get into some serious unicorn drawings. Yes, me too. If anybody doesn't know, um, Robert, myself, and some other people are Dave Hingley here, are involved in a comic book group called the 100 Days of Making Comics, started by Kevin Cross, and we are putting together an anthology with the theme Werewolves and Unicorns, and I am excited about it. So we'll see what people come up with. That's going to be really fun and interesting. I'm going to try my best not to draw every line in the eye. I always want to complete that little line there, but it usually is better, especially when you're drawing small, to not do that. Right, Jan? Jan's good at that. I wish I could draw like Jan sometimes. Twitter, further down is my digital stuff. Let me see if I can click on it. Hopefully it won't take me away. I don't think I'm gonna look through it too much yet. I mean, I definitely, oh yeah, your stuff looks cool, man. I'm digging it. That's awesome. So what do you do this stuff for? Like, is it for um just yourself, like in fun, having fun, or because it almost looks like a comic book style, or maybe like an animation style, or a game design style, maybe too. Looks like maybe you've shared some other people's art as well, but yeah, I like this little study here. That's awesome. Of these tigers. It's really cool. Oh, you got skills, dude. Um, and so everybody check out @_woodskid, WOODSKID underscore. So there's an underscore on each side of WOODSKID. And you know what? I'll throw your link in the description so people watching the replay can check it out. I'm not going to do it right now because I got about 10 or so minutes, 15 minutes, something like that to do some more inking. I'm going to get to some of that. It's been a very distracted Artcast, but let's see. Me too, I'm excited, Hulk voice. Alpha Proto, what's up? He says that's a topic you can do a lot with. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but maybe you're referring to talking about my favorite artist. Jan's art reminds me of Eduardo Barreto. I don't know who that is, but maybe I've come across his art at some point. Alright, cool. So, let's get to some more inking. Am I showing my inking yet? I think I am. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, sorry, I was scrolling through your Twitter. I should have shown that. Oh, knock knock. Somebody's here.
Hey, Marshall.
What's
How you
up,
doing?
Mr. Jan? has appeared in the flesh, in the digital
I,
flesh.
I
I
finally figured this out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you were trying
so
to do it from the Philippines?
yeah. I'm still in the Philippines, but no. It's the whole iPhone thing that I couldn't figure it out.
Mm.
So the trick
Oh.
is the link in Messenger keeps you in the browser of Facebook and won't allow me to connect. But if you copy and paste it into Safari, it
Hmm.
opens automatically in the Google Hangouts app.
Ah, gotcha. I'm gonna have to try that
Success.
because I have that issue as well. I usually have to get an invite. That's another way around it. You have to get an actual invite. Um,
Yeah. So
but
success at last.
yes, now you can hang out with me for the next 10 minutes.
10 minutes is all I need. What are we
I
drawing?
know. Well, I'm drawing Tusk still, so I'm inking
I'll
that.
continue drawing my faces.
Nice. Um, so yeah, for everybody here, let people know a little bit about yourself and where they can find you on the interwebs.
Well, you were just talking about the V100s and the
Mm-hmm.
anthology. So I got to be with Marshall and some other amazing artists in the first issue
Mm-hmm.
of anthologies. And I've done the 100 Days of Making Comics. And I do a little vlog from Barcelona, walking through the city and sketching away here on YouTube.
Yeah, what's up with that, by the way? I haven't seen too many of those lately.
Well, let's say the next one is going to be from China.
Nice. Are you serious? You are like a
Yes, I am serious,
traveling
actually.
man. That's
I
awesome.
am serious. Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm in the Philippines at the moment. There's been some layovers here and there. Managed to get out of the airport and do a little video. So you're gonna see. It's gonna be fun. But I'm still editing the videos
Yeah.
because obviously
Maybe.
I'm on holiday, so there's no rush.
Mm-hmm. It seems like you've been a busy dude, which is cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
kind of.
honestly, if you're gonna you know, do anything, or spend time doing anything or whatever, traveling I think is a great way to do it.
Hmm.
I wish I could do
Yeah,
more traveling.
it's been great. I'm not complaining. In, in spite of all the rashes from getting burns to a crisp and swimming in the sea, you know. But hey, small price to pay.
Yeah. Now, I don't remember, but I have a sinking feeling that you didn't.
Hmm.
Did you get into the second anthology?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Ah, that
No, it's
sucks.
cool. No, come on. The thing that is awesome is that there's 31 people in the next
Yeah.
book, and only three of us from the original book made it in. So that's cool. I'm happy to see the 31 have a chance.
I know myself and Ox got in. Who was the other one from the first book?
Mike, I think.
Mike Emmerts?
I think so.
No, he's not in it.
No?
He's
Okay.
he's just in control of it.
Then
But
I don't know. Then I don't know.
he he kind of that's kind of why he's kind of putting it together because with his hand situation
Mm-hmm.
he really can't do it, so unfortunately. But hopefully by the end of all this he'll be better because he has been getting a little bit better, it seems like. And who
Well,
knows, maybe
I think it's
there'll be
awesome
a
that he
link.
wants to do another one, because considering the amount of work he has to put in to make it happen, so
Yeah, it's a lot of work for sure,
you know.
especially on his end. So, but yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. Like, if I didn't get in, I totally expected not to get in. I'm solely surprised I got in. It was random, but
Hmm.
um, if I didn't get in, I would have felt the same way. Like, oh well, it's cool that everybody else is.
Yeah, no, come on.
I'm
I'm going
happy
to be
to
supporting
support
from
it.
the sidelines. Yeah,
Exactly. So,
I'll make some promotional art where I can. If they need pinups, I'm always game for that.
and hey, you can focus on your comic.
Which is halfway done.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So tell me more about Tusk. You were saying earlier, like this is a character of yours that gets a pretty big response whenever you put him up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think people just like elephants. Or I don't know. Maybe it has to do with my design. We'll see. But
I think he's pretty iconic looking.
yeah, yeah. I dig him. I mean, I definitely like him as well. I get why people like him. So yeah, it's just hard to draw him though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, well, it's nice to know that you can challenge yourself with your own character. You
That's
know.
true. And you know what? Yeah, I'll get better at drawing him. Especially if I ever get the Glyph comic um, more off the ground than I have lately.
Hmm.
But we'll see. I'm sure he's probably coming up soon. We'll see. Maybe next year sometime.
So what else is happening?
Well, I'm gonna switch over to your video here so we can see a little bit what you're drawing. Looks like you got a head sketch going on. Who's that?
Well, you were saying Will's Pitarchio, and I said Wetworks, and I was like, man, that was such a cool comic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to remember some of the characters, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I was more into the art, so I just kind of I read some of it. Speaking about werewolves though, there's werewolves in that.
Yeah, werewolves, vampires, the works.
Stuff like that. So that's cool. I think I was actually a fan of Will's more from his Marvel days, to be honest. I mean, I love
What, X
Wetwork.
Factor?
Yeah, he was doing that, and he created the character Bishop.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so I really liked that. And I lost the window. Okay, here we go. So yeah, no, that's where I started to like him, and my favorite thing about him was like he did. It was kind of like the way he shaded characters with like his hatching and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
Yeah, very.
infatuated with that technique. Like he kind of had this like cool like gradual um technique where some people would put like black like
Mm-hmm.
underneath a muscle or whatever. I'm kind of showing it on screen a little bit, but
Yeah, I'm watching.
they'd put black like under a muscle and then they'd kind of fade it up kind of like this or whatever. This pen isn't really good doing it well, but they'd kind of do that. Well, he would do the same thing, and I noticed another guy who did this was Dale Keown. So he would do the same thing like this, but then under the muscle, like he'd show that like reflective light. So he'd kind of fade it out on this side as well. And I don't know, there was something about that like looked so cool to me, and that was like the main thing that made me love him. And also that he created Bishop because I thought Bishop was a really cool character.
Yeah, he drew a mean archangel with all
Mm,
the wings. Always
yep,
very cool.
definitely.
And he's still around, but he does mostly because I looked him up not too long ago. He does
Hmm.
mostly conventions. I think that's where he makes his money.
Yeah, he was at New York Comic Con one time when I was there, and I wanted to catch him and I didn't, and that really sucked. Um, but I would love to meet him. He seems like a really nice dude.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I heard another voice, but it might have just been a reflection, feedback thing. No, yeah, it must have been a feedback thing. Cool. So yeah, I'm actually liking this piece, but now that I'm actually liking this piece, I'm starting to feel bad that I copied it.
Well, I actually wanted to ask you because I put it in the chat. I don't know if you because I was switching between apps.
Hmm.
What do you focus on when you copy to learn from
Oh
pros?
yeah, I did answer you. But
Okay, I missed
I'll
it.
go over it again. It was interesting that you said that you look more at like line weights and stuff. And what I said is I tend to look at I feel like I look at shape more than anything. And I'm also a lot of times I'm looking for kind of tricks that other comic book artists use. So like I'll be looking at how they draw like a character in perspective and um panel techniques and stuff. Things like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. So like the whole comic page, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, their layout for sure. But when I'm
Yeah.
actually copying an artist to learn, I think I'm mostly looking at shape and how they draw characters in perspective is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you look at line weight. I do look at that too, but I think part of the reason maybe that you look at line weight is because I feel like maybe you have a better kind of uh, command over your anatomy and stuff, so you're not focused as much on that as I would be. And so you're more looking, this is what I think, but I don't know for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like you're looking at technique more.
Yes.
Um, so,
Yeah. I'm always very keen on like if they texture things,
hmm
like how much do they texture it? You know, because like a lot of times, like for example over here, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see over here. You know, I just want to keep drawing. I just want to keep doodling and just put more lines in. But when you
hmm
do that in inks, that doesn't always look very good. And a lot of times, what I've noticed copying artists is that they actually draw a lot less than I think they do. It's almost as if
mm
I just kind of fill it in myself.
hmm
And I find that very, yeah, I'm just fascinated. And then, yeah, like even very detailed artists, like when I remember their art in my mind, it's much more detailed than it actually is. You know, it's
yeah,
only like a few standout panels where they go all out, and everything else is, I don't want to say basic, but they really seem to, well, just save time by holding back, you know?
yeah, you're totally right, and that's like, you look at certain things and you're like, how do they, like, I always think of your eyes, like, in a lot of, you actually draw eyes similar to how a lot of people draw them, in that you don't kind of complete the whole eye necessarily a lot of times. And
Yeah.
that's what I run into problems. Like, I always want to complete that line, but it doesn't look good that way. Like, you really need to, like, kind of choose your lines carefully when you're drawing eyes.
Yeah, I find what really helps deciding that is to think in terms of high contrast,
hmm
you know? So when you have like really high like if like really high contrast, like you only see the really dark shadows
hmm
and everything else kind of gets bleached out by the light, you know? And
Gotcha.
then
Yeah.
once you've done that, then after that, like you might see where you can add some detail without distracting too much,
hmm
you know?
Absolutely.
But so yeah. So where are you off to later on? Are you got work to do or?
Yeah, I gotta go to work. Hopefully, I'm doing some driving. I don't know. That way I can listen to YouTube videos all day.
Yeah, the bane of our existence. I'm back in the office next week, so
Mm, yeah, fun, fun. Actually, getting a lot of inking done here. Let's see. I gotta check the time. Yeah, it's about that time actually. I'd love to finish this piece, but if I rush it real quick, that's not gonna be good. So this is kind of cool though. I guess I'll show it on.
I think it looks amazing.
Thanks. So here you go, guys. This is Tusk so far, and doing a little collaboration with Mr. Herb Trimpe. He did the underdrawing. I did the inks. Not really, but yeah, I don't know. This is probably the best drawing I've done of Tusk, and it's because I copied him. So
Awesome.
fun, fun. Alrighty. So, anyways, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let's take a look at the chat real quick before I leave. Um, let's see. Hopefully, I catch everybody's things. Ink pen that looks a lot easier and better to use than more traditional metal tip pen that you have to dip. Yeah. Well, it depends on what you get used to. I do like the metal ones, but I haven't used them as much. But you can get some really cool, super detailed lines with them. You can get some cool line variation. It just has a different effect. It's got like this kind of squarish effect kind of thing. It's actually fun to use, but any pen that I have to dip, whether it's a brush or that makes it harder for me to be mobile and work wherever I want to work. So I tend to stick with the you know the other kinds of pens that are all in one, and I don't know. There's probably a term for them that I'm not thinking of right now. Um, Robert Johnson says Robert Johnson says that he loves your channel too, Jan.
Thanks, Robert.
And I would agree. I totally love his channel. You guys got to go watch his videos. You get to see the sights of Barcelona and apparently China and Philippines as well soon.
Coming up.
And there's other places he's been to. He's a traveling man, and you also get to see some awesome art and comics from him too. So definitely check out his YouTube channel. I think the link is already in the description if I'm not mistaken. Although it looks like it's not because I neglected to post it in there, but it will be. It will be as soon as I'm done. As soon as I click off of this video, I'm going to change that fact. And also, you're going to get to see one of our new viewers, K2K Abunakata, on Twitter. I'll have his link right there too, so you guys can check him out. What did I copy, Marsh? What did you copy, Marsh? I copied a picture of that Herb Trimpe did of the Hulk. See, let me see. Can I scroll to it here? Let me see if I can get to it real quick before I leave. Where is it? Oh, I think it's. Oh, I don't know if it's on the screen yet. Where is it? There's so many windows. All right, here it is. This is what I copied. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Let's take a look at the chat again. Let's see if I just want to make sure I get everybody's things. Rendering is really. Oh, wait. Book illustration, I believe. Yeah. James says rendering is really what I'm trying to learn, especially textures when he's copying from people, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's really good. I agree. Robert Johnson, silhouette drawings are fun to build up from. Yep. Well, I've never tried that, but it sounds fun. Very on topic. I just thought of learning more textures. Cool. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so Dave Hingley said to Jan, so you are using the line in the areas of shadow. Did that describe what you're
The,
doing?
yeah, I'm just kind of just like this is not going to be solid black, but I'm just like having fun, just sketching out the shapes, and it works.
Cool. So and then Alpha Proto says the drawing of Tusk has an action figure feel. Yep. Thanks, man. It's definitely a reason for that. I'm definitely going for that. Dave Hingley says he doesn't think that's copying. I'm basing and homaging the work, but everyone does that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Thanks, man. I'm glad that you guys dig it. Again, I do have to get going, but I really thank you guys for hanging out in the chat with me today. This has been like a really fun episode, just chatting with you guys and then having Jan on as a surprise and stuff. Once again, Jan, can just let everybody know where they can find you again.
You can find me as Yannemal over on Instagram and here on YouTube. and I've just posted a Mr. Bean video if you'd like to have a look.
Nice. Awesome. And you guys know where to find me, donkeyjawprojects.com, and also Marshall Lee _DJP on Instagram and on Twitter. And that's going to be a wrap, guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and the people watching on replay as well. And to all my Patreon subscribers, thank you. All the links will be in the description very shortly. And you guys rock. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. I always do that, and then I forget to have the window open where I can shut it off. So you guys are still with me for a second here. All right, here we